Hello and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Hedera released the Hedera Guardian. Okay, so found this article released by Hedera, and it's basically a new product that they are releasing, and it's again in regards to them trying to improve on the carbon markets, the carbon industry basically. So as you know, one of Hedera's strong points is that it's so eco-friendly. I did a video very recently in regards to them being so green that it actually got them a very big partnership with a company that have dealt with some pretty big names, like I think it was like Mercedes and I want to say it was like Mercedes and Jaguar or something like that. It was two car companies, but they were big companies, so they had a very credible reputation. There was definitely a big company and had a lot of experience under their belt. And yeah, like this to me, it just continues to show how they're going to shine in this avenue. And I think this is one area where I do think Hedera is just going to really outshine many companies and many networks, because the thing is with being so carbon friendly, it's not always something that you can just change. Like Bitcoin can't suddenly just become green, right? It just can't. Ethereum can't just turn green, right? So Hedera just has that advantage. And when it comes to stuff about eco-friendly and reducing carbon emissions and all that kind of stuff, I'm always seeing Hedera at the forefront of this, and I think this will be one of the spaces that they just dominate on. And knowing how big of a deal carbon stuff is, being eco-conscious in terms of trying to reduce your carbon footprint and all that kind of stuff, I think this is a great position for Hedera to be in. And that's why I think when it comes to this kind of stuff, they're going to have a real chokehold within that industry. I don't think there's going to be many that will be competing with them in that sense. So let's get into the article and then we can discuss this a little bit further. The Hedera Guardian, enabling auditable and credible carbon markets with industry-leading trust and transparency. Sustainability assets verification and tokenization on the public ledger. The Hedera Guardian is an open source platform that leverages the Hedera public distributed ledger network to enable digital first sustainability policies and enables DMRV in brackets digital measurement reporting and verification requirements based tokenization implementation. The Hedera Guardian provides auditable, traceable and reproducible records that document the emission process and life cycle of carbon credits, which reduces fraud in the ESG market. Problem: the environment markets have experienced significant growth, but these challenges must be addressed to ensure their long-term success and impact. Lack of audibility of sustainable finance. Difficulty in verifying accuracy and reliability of underlying data and metrics. Analog systems, exacerbating the problem as it increases the risk of errors, inconsistencies. Friction in project audit and verification, slowing down approval and implementation of ecological projects. Lack of price transparency, impeding efficient allocation of capital in these markets. ESG reporting based on estimates, introducing uncertainty and subjectivity that can undermine credibility and comparability of sustainability data. Solution: the balance sheet of the planet should live on a public ledger. A regenerative economy requires markets that are transparent and accessible to ensure auditable, discoverable, and liquid qualities. Transparency and access to data and information are essential for these markets to function properly. Make climate finance auditable. Ensure climate finance transactions are easily verifiable, publicly transparent, and accurate. Digitize and open source methodologies. Fund and encourage development of open source methodologies that lead to high quality assets. Scale validation and verification. Scale validation and verification through the growth of existing verification bodies and new orgs in the global south. Discover a global carbon price. Exploring the potential for a global carbon price to incentivize climate action through ARMMs and exchanges. Make ESG reporting credible. developing standards for ESG reporting to ensure credibility and accuracy using Guardian-based assets. Envision Blockchain, SaaS for the ESG industry. Envision Blockchain Solutions builds applications for the Web3 space. Its mission is to reshape and align today's systems, allowing organizations to recognize the new value in tomorrow's industry, vertical solutions, including ESG. Join the fast-growing sustainability ecosystem. Startups, enterprises, and government organizations are building the next generation of ESG solutions on Hedera. And then we've got a few companies here who happen to be working with Hedera. So you've got Evercity, you've got Dovu, you've got Perini Foundation, you've got Timeless, you've got Cryptsy, you've got Miko, you've got Otomawa, I think is that, I'm not sure. Then you've got ServiceNow, then you've got Sync, you've got DLA Piper, you've got Standard Bank, and you've got Avery Dennison. Okay. The future of sustainability. Build, deploy, or access ESG solutions that take full advantage of Hedera's low energy network with world-class governance. Cool. So, yeah, as I've said, when it comes to carbon and eco-friendly, that kind of stuff, I think Hedera is just top of the pile when it comes to that, to be honest with you. Like, I've not really seen anyone really competing with Hedera in that sense. I really do think that will be the one avenue where I really don't see them having much competition. I mean, we can't say how things will be in the future because obviously there can always be competitors that can come further down the line and stuff like that. But, I think as it stands right now, it really does seem like Hedera's got that industry in the bag. I really think they will be at the forefront when it comes to that kind of avenue in terms of eco-friendliness and that kind of, that kind of thing. So yeah, this is obviously good to see because again, a lot of companies are trying to be eco-friendly. I don't want to repeat too much of what I said in a previous video because obviously my audience will have seen that. But long story short, being eco-friendly is a big deal right now. A lot of companies are focusing on that kind of stuff. They're all trying to make changes and do things within their companies to try and show that they are trying to reduce their carbon footprint and stuff like that. So when you think about how companies are doing this and they look to potentially start utilizing crypto within their companies and stuff like that, what network are they going to go to? Right? Wouldn't it make sense to go to Hedera if that's a thing that they're looking to do? Like, hey, we want to start using blockchain technology, that kind of thing. We've got this here, which is the hashgraph by Hedera. And, it's carbon friendly as well, which is one of our core principles as a business, something that we're really focused on right now. So it made sense to join Hedera. Like you can already hear that kind of speech coming out, right, from companies who are choosing to be with the network. So to me, this really does make sense. And I think they're going to get a lot of business through this. I think they're going to be a first choice for many because of that reason alone. I think that will make a big impact in regards to people who choose to work with Hedera. I think that's going to bring them in a lot of business personally. So to me, all good. This is all positive. Look forward to seeing how this actually benefits Hedera in the long term. But I already see it just generally, I can tell, because I've already seen them gain partnerships. And one of the reasons being is because they're so eco-friendly. So I've already seen it from a short-term perspective on a low scale. And I think as adoption continues to rise, you will see many people saying the same thing. So I think it will help them when mass adoption comes as well. But what do you guys think of this? The Hedera Guardian, is this something that you're really interested in? Is this something that you think is good for Hedera? Or is this not something that you're really that bothered about and you don't really think it's going to make that much of a difference to HBAR price overall? Let me know your thoughts, guys. I'd be interested to hear. Thank you very much for watching this. If you did like it, please remember to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. But until next time, take care.